Yo, what's going on? It's that boy Fred. Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we're going to be doing another versus battle, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail. We're going to be doing Kisame versus Kakashi. Now this video really had no inspiration from anywhere. I was kind of just thinking about how much stronger I think Kisame is, and then I was kind of thinking of him an opponent. And you know, what other better opponent than, you know, one of the most balanced characters in Naruto, Kakashi. So, you know, we're going to be looking into this fight, seeing how far Kakashi can get against one of the stronger Akatsuki members like Kisame. So without wasting too much time, let's get straight into this. And the first thing I want to talk about is both of these characters are, I wouldn't say relevant, but they have stages where they can be relevant to each other. Because if I'm going to come out and say it, I honestly have been looking into this for about 2 to 3 days because, you know, of course I want to be accurate, and I haven't been able to come up with a realistic scenario where I feel that Kakashi like can win this. Because when I look back and read the B and, you know, and I read and watch the B and Kisame fight and then the guy and Kisame fight, you know, Kisame is a lot stronger than I thought. And then, you know, I've always thought he was at least the top tier members of the Akatsuki, but I also failed to realize that we never truly got to see his full strength. Like, the highest we've ever seen him is in the fight against B. And, you know, that is quite an impressive fight. I actually just got done rewatching it for like almost the 6th or 7th time now. So, you know, when I look into this fight and I just see Kakashi going against going against Kisame, I'm sorry. Guy has something to do with it though. But yeah, when I see Kakashi in this fight against Kisame, my biggest issue right off the rip with Kakashi, it's not like he has an issue in the jutsu department, the speed department, the durability department. He should be solid enough. The only issue is his chakra. And as we all know, Kisame is a big guy on chakra. And like I said, his full power and probably the strongest we ever seen him was against the fight with B. And that was mainly because, of course, you know, B is the eight-tailed Jinchuriki. So he has, you know, times and times and times. I can't even think of the right number because I can't remember the Naruto multiplier that he has over Kakashi. But B's is definitely up there. It's significantly above Kakashi's chakra. So Kisame's probably not going to look that strong in this fight, but he will look very, you know, very in the middle, because also in the fight against Guy doesn't use any chakra moves, or Guy doesn't attack, you know, how everyone else does. You know, he doesn't use chakra to fight, so he doesn't genuinely need it. He uses the gates and more of taijutsu moves. So him hitting Kisame or touching Kisame didn't affect him as much as it would affect anyone else, like someone like Kakashi. So this fight's going to be more so right down the middle. And if you remember from the B and the Kisame fight, Kisame really had the fight pretty much in the bag the entire time, and it's mainly because Kisame just quite literally can't be, you know, he can't be touched for too long, because even when B was using certain attacks on him thinking that they would actually work, the issue is while they did work, they came at a cost every single time because B lost more and more chakra. And so even like if you remember when B went into version 2, B charged up all the way to do a lariat, and while he did hit Kisame and absolutely destroy his entire stomach, you know, rib cage and all broken, Kisame simply just regenerated it with the chakra he got from Samehada, which, you know, and also to point out that he sucked version 2 right out of B. Pause. But yeah, he basically turned B right back into version 1 cloak. So, you know, his absorption when it comes to this chakra thing is no joke. And even when they was in the shark bubble jutsu, you know, Kisame was getting hit by B, but, well, he got grabbed by B, and B thought he was putting in, you know, decent attacks, which he was, which was a solid tactic to get the raccoon and the guy out of there. But at the same time, Kisame, like he told him, came at a cost because he ended up reaching in for way too long, so he got more and more chakra absorbed. Now, the only reason Kisame ended up losing this fight is because, you know, of course, he couldn't kill B. But if he wanted to, he definitely could have won that fight a lot sooner. You know, he could have just let B sit in that bubble jutsu, which is a definite possibility for this fight against Kakashi. So also, you know, I want to talk about, before we continue on Kisame, I want to talk about Kakashi a little bit. and what I feel are some of his benefits in this. And as we all know, Kakashi is an extremely smart character, so that's always going to be a positive for him. Kakashi is also a decently fast character. And before I get too far, we'll break this up into, I don't think I need to talk about DMS Kakashi. I think we all know about that. I'll give you my opinion on Hokage Kakashi at the very end, but predominantly I'm going to be talking about Warrior Kakashi because I don't know so much about Hokage Kakashi that I can talk as much as I do about, Warrior Kakashi, but I can give you personally where I feel that, they would stand. So, yeah, we're going to be talking predominantly on Warrior Kakashi, and as we all know, Warrior Kakashi's biggest thing in every fight that you ever put him in is going to be Kamui. Now, in this fight specifically, I don't know how much Kamui could truly help him in this situation. And the reason I say that is because Kisame is actually a double, he's a double fighter, if that makes sense. He's a double-headed fighter. Because if you take away his sword, we know that Kisame can fight decently, basically on par with 7th Gate Guy. And if we remember from the war arc, we know that when Kakashi and Guy first started fighting the Tail Beast, that Guy decided that he needed to go into the 6th gate right off rip. Also, including the fact that Guy did need to go into the 6th gate, which he stated himself he needed to go in the 6th gate to fight a 30% clone of Kisame, which is terrible for Guy. And it also makes this thing on Kakashi look a lot worse. So then, we see that Guy transforms into the 7th gate also while fighting alongside Kakashi, which I do feel 7th gate Guy is a little bit stronger than Warrior Kakashi. I mean, when I say just a little bit, and I think it's mainly only, base Warrior Kakashi. When you go to the Nine Tails Amp one, then it's a little bit, more... It's a little bit different because, with the increased chakra supply for someone like Kakashi, that's huge. So you definitely can make an argument there, but that's not for this video. We say that for another time. But regardless, Kakashi and this 7th gate Guy should be relevant to each other. And as we all know that Kisame, had he, been a little bit more knowledgeable on who Guy truly was, he probably could have did a little bit better. Because we all know Kisame tried to shoot off a water shark bomb attack. Water style shark shark bomb jutsu. Whatever. One of his huge shark jutsus. He launched that off on Guy. Now, from what I remember, or from what I've actually heard, this jutsu should have been able to be another chakra absorber. Now, the simple fact of, as we all know, Guy doesn't use chakra once again. So this didn't affect him whatsoever. While it was a devastating attack, the, Himadora was definitely the superior attack in this situation. Now, it was definitely impressive that Guy was able to still hang with Kisame underwater, which we cannot quantify if Kakashi can or not. Because that is definitely iffy situation. I don't think there's any proof that you can confirm that Kakashi will be able to fight underwater like that. So, of course, I feel like if this fight does somehow end up underwater, I do feel like Kisame will win with or without Samehada. I do want to point that out. So, also, for Kakashi, another thing that I was trying to think of a way that he can win would be using his lightning blade. And when I was going back and looking, it seemed that when there was a guy there with B, and when this guy threw a lightning amped needle at Kisame, he put Samehada in front of it, and Samehada basically absorbed the chakra from it, the lightning chakra. So I wouldn't say it's 100%, but it's definitely a possibility where if Kakashi does try and strike and he does react in time to block with Samehada, he could completely absorb that. And then, that's just more chakra from Kakashi that's being absorbed. And as we all know, like I said in the beginning, chakra is a very big thing for Kakashi because, as we all know, Kakashi is a user of the Sharingan. And as we all know, Hokage Kakashi is a lot stronger than Warrior Kakashi because he doesn't have those chakra issues. He doesn't have to rely on the Sharingan for everything. And really not even fully everything. He just doesn't have to rely on the Sharingan sucking up all of his chakra just for having it open. while this war, Kakashi does have this issue because he's constantly burning chakra just by having the Sharingan visible and using it. So that's another thing that's going to wear him out a lot quicker than it would with a lot of other characters, because of the simple fact that Kakashi is basically burning 2 sets of chakra at one time. He's burning chakra from Jutsu and his Sharingan, while also in this situation, Kisame is trying to take away chakra. So it's definitely not going to be good when it comes for Kakashi in this chakra situation. So, like, I just still cannot think of a true way Kakashi can win. The only way that he just might be able to possibly win is if he just somehow can speed blitz Kisame and hit him with a lightning blade, maybe in the chest, head. But even then, we saw Kisame get decapitated by the Raikage in B, and he still managed to survive. Granted, he fused with Samehada and hid in there the entire time. Regardless, he survived. Like I said earlier, he survived basically destroying his stomach with a lariat. So it is like very hard for me to see anything that Kakashi has that could put up against that regeneration. Then we have to think about the fact that he has nothing to stop the huge shark bomb jutsu he used against Guy when Guy canceled it out and overpowered it with Himidora. Kakashi has nothing like that in his bag. So the only thing Kakashi has going for him is possibly Kamui. And, you would have to think of what would Kakashi want to, Kamui away first. Would he try and Kamui away a body part? Because with a swordsman like Kisame, you probably would want to take away an arm. So would he try and do that? Would he try and delete Samehada as a whole? If he can manage to do either one of those things, then it is a possibility Kakashi can change the tide of this fight. But the issue is, I can't see, Kakashi going that far. Because from the looks of it, when Kisame was talking to B during their entire fight, it seemed as if Kisame was not taking B 100% serious. And that might just be Kisame's demeanor, because he is an extremely laid-back, chill character who talks like that, kind of cocky in every situation. But he wasn't talking to B like he took B as a complete threat. And then he also made it seem like he's used his water bubble jutsu a couple times on Tail Beast. Like on all the Tail Beasts he's brought in, it made it seem like he's used it every single time. And as we all know, every single Tail Beast is slightly weaker. So we know that, he just might not have a simple chakra point where he needs to, get enough chakra to get this off. He might be able to do it. It just might be a weaker form of it, before then. Because he also stated that, in this bubble, he gets to choose how much chakra he shaves off. So it's a very possibility that it's a smaller bubble, the less chakra he has, but yet it's still the same effectiveness. And we all know Kakashi will not deal with the Tailless Tail Beast stage. He's not that fast underwater once again. And, it's just really hard for me to think of a way Kakashi can come out on top of this video. If you guys got any way Kakashi comes out on top, please let me know in the comment section, because I've been thinking about it for a couple days. I can't find any, and that's typically I can find at least one scenario for a character, but in this one, you would have to really highball Kakashi's speed above, probably like B and 7-gate guy in War Arc state to confirm that he would be able to speed blitz Kisame. So, in that scenario, unless you can prove something like that would put Kakashi over the edge on Kisame, then, for the most part, Kisame is probably going to take this 9 out of 10 times. I'm going to give Kakashi that one little bitty time just for the possibility that, he gets something slick off, which Kakashi is a very smart and tactical fighter. So it's definitely not out of the pool. It's just not something I can think of right now. I can't think of what he would do. Now, granted, Kakashi knows all these jutsu, but as we know, Kamui's going to be his game changer. If he finds something special to pull off with Kamui, he possibly could take it home. If not, then that fight will go to Kisame 10 out of 10 times. But I'm willing to give it 9 out of 10 times just for fairness for Kakashi. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please be sure to leave your, your final decision on this fight down below in the comment sections, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Hopefully, the next video should be up. You know, we're going into spring break, you know, this upcoming week. So the next video should be up somewhere around Thursday of next week during spring break. So yeah, be looking out for that. It's probably going to be another versus battle. So yeah, once again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, and thank you for 250 subs. Now on to 300, baby.